Welcome to this training, and in this training we're going to see how to build a simple WordPress funnel that's going to create automatic sales and buyers without spending a lot of money in expensive funnel software or coaching programs or any of that stuff. This is probably the only thing you need to know, coupled with our organic marketing strategy, to start making sales online. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to be a long one. Pause it if you want. Accelerate the speed of the video because I kind of talk slow so I remember everything I have to say. And having said that, what you need to do for this is to have a WordPress install with Woocommerce and Cartflows, or you can just go to yourzone.website and get a free website there. So once you're into your dashboard, this is what you see. What we're gonna do is these buttons are you're gonna use these buttons to edit graphically each step of the funnel. But before you do that, we need to set up the funnel, and I've already done a little bit for you. But what you have to do is go to funnels, click on funnels. It should take you to this page. You should be seeing our super subtle funnel, and go ahead and click on edit, and go ahead, click on edit here, and it'll show you the steps of the funnel. So we have 3 steps. The user lands on this one, and it's not only a landing page, it's actually an opt-in page where they will put in their email address. And once they put in their email address, they'll get the lead magnet we set up in the previous video and in their email. And then they'll be offered the possibility to check out, to buy your core offer, which is set inside this step at a price that they can't refuse, because it's going to be the way you set. We'll show you how to set this up. It'll be if you created this step correctly, the chances of them buying from you are probably going to be quite high. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 100%. But this is probably the best way to get paying clients into your system. And then obviously there's a thank you page where they probably there are more instructions on how to get whatever they ordered on this page, plus the next steps they can take to continue working with you. So that could be you could add them to your Facebook group. You could add them to. You can give them a link where they can call you and get a free strategy session. So you get to know each other better, and you understand what their problems are, and if you can help them out, if you two are a good fit to continue working each other. So the strategy here is basically, I want to go through the strategy a second before going into the weeds here. Basically, what we're going to do is this page is a page that has a free training, a free video that people have access to, because if you use it along with our organic strategy, when people raise their hand saying, yeah, I want that training you just created, they're going to end up on this page where they will have access to the video without giving you their email address. And on the same page, you will ask them, if you want also this extra training, which is connected to the first training they just saw, please give us your email address and we'll send it over right away. So that way they got free value from you. And if they're interested and you built it correctly, you understand what they need, they're definitely going to put in their email, because if the first video was good, then the next training is also going to be good. Because if you actually solved the little problem they were having with the first video, they're going to want to have your second solution. Once they put in your email, they will be getting that second training in their email address, as I showed you before when you set up the lead magnet. And then once they're done, they'll be presented with this page where they can, you'll be offering them the next step in whatever problems they're having, then and how you can help them fix those problems. And it's always going to be a paid solution, but at a price that is so low for them that they're probably going to accept it. Okay, and this way you will build your list of buyers. So let's go ahead and let's check out the settings before checking out these things. I just want to run you through this really quick. Click on settings. I'm going to open a tab here and see what's here. Okay, so general settings. If you want to change your checkout, you're going to have to create a new funnel with just a checkout step in it, and then you can select it here and you will be able to edit it any way you want. Leave this as is because we use Elementor to edit our pages. We definitely want to we do not want to index our funnels because they have no SEO value, in my opinion. You don't want them popping up in SEO, but if you do, then just remove that. Permalinks, you don't have to set anything here unless you want to change these settings, but we're using the default permalinks we set up in the beginning, so we're not going to be changing anything here. Facebook pixel, if you want to enable pixel tracking, go ahead in here and do that. You have to know what you're doing here. Put the ID here, leave these checked, and save settings. The same for Google. Let's go to other settings. If for some reason your pages are not showing up, for some reason they're not showing correctly as you edited them, then you can go back to funnel settings and other settings and click regenerate, and hopefully that will reset the styling. If you delete the plugin then and you don't want to save any information, make sure this is checked. That's it for now. Let's go back to flows. I'm going to close this. Leave. We're not saving anything. Let's go to flows and go to settings of the funnel. So the settings of the funnel, that means this is the title of the funnel. This is the URL that's going to be used to identify the funnel. Disallow flow indexing. That means that this particular funnel is not going to be indexed. And you can obviously say, no, don't disallow it, so it will appear on Google if you want to. Analytics, enable flow analytics. This means that once you go live, you probably want to enable this because you want to see how many people are going through the funnel and what's your conversion rate. So you should probably enable once you're done, because if you're doing testing, the testing will end up in the flow analytics. And as you see, a new tab appeared, and we're going to go check it out once that's done. Sandbox, if you're doing testing, enable this so that you don't have any problems with the products if something is not set up right. And if you want to add some other type of tracking code, you would probably add it here. So let's go ahead and save settings and see what happens in analytics. So we need to upgrade to Cartflows Pro if you want to use analytics feature, and if you want to do that, just go ahead and upgrade to Pro. And let's click on steps. So basically what's cool here is add a step. As you see, some steps, you can choose between all these steps here. There's landing pages, there's a checkout, there's upsells, downsells, thank you, and opt-in. Upsell and downsell are all Pro steps. You can't access them without buying the Pro version. And some elements of these free steps are also Pro, and we'll go into that in just a second. But that's basically it. Let's click on steps. Let's go ahead and edit our landing page. So this is what we see. If we want to edit the landing page with our page builder, we're going to go and edit here. But first thing I want to talk about is, we'll get to this after, go to products. And this is where you choose the product that's going to be used on your landing page. What's going to be the product that is going to be sold or given to the user when they opt in. To do that, all you have to do is, I've already set this up for you, but in case you want to change it, maybe you clone this funnel and you want to add another lead magnet to it, you would just go, let me see what happens here. You can't. Just go X so that no product is set, and then start typing out the name of the product. So in my case, it would be lead. It appears here, and all you have to do is click it and you're done. Click on save settings and you're good to go. Once that's done, go to form fields. In form fields, you can change all the fields of the checkout, but we added that to the WooCommerce shop, and I showed you how to fix that in the previous settings, so you don't have to do that here. If you had Cartflows Pro, you would have the possibility to do that here. Let's go to settings. This is the settings of the step. You don't need this at all because you can do that directly from the page builder. General, this is the name of the step. I called it landing. I like to give this a step slug called free, because if I share the domain /free to people, they're more enticed on clicking it because it says free. You could even say free ebook or free marketing course, anything that might entice the person to click it, and they'll end up landing on your landing page. A note, I'm not really sure what this is. This is probably a note for you explaining what it is. Let's go to field settings. Now, what I want is that once people put in their information on the landing page, I want them to pass on these variables to the next page so that the user does not have to input them again. As you see, I already put this stuff here. I put it in for you, so you don't have to do that. If you want to learn more about this, click on learn more, and you should be good to go. As always, custom script is extra tracking code. If you have any other type of tracking service, you will paste that here, so that it will trigger on your landing page when people land on it. Go ahead and save the settings and go to design again. And one thing I wanted to tell you, we don't really need to enable the design settings here, because we do that directly in the page builder. But there's one thing that can only be done from here, and that is the text that appears on the submit button. Now, depending on what the second training is that you're giving them, that they're going to want to opt in their email for, you're going to change the text here. So I just put in access now, but you can be a little more explicit by saying access marketing course or blueprint now. Whatever it is you're giving them, just give it a little more detail so they're more enticed to click. Access PDF, access training, whatever it is, you know, whatever you feel like doing. And that's the only thing you have to change here, because all this other styling will be done directly on the page. As always, save the settings, and then we can click on edit with Elementor to edit the page. So we're going to be doing that later on. What I want you to do now is, we're just setting up the funnel. We're not editing the design just yet. So go back and click on checkout. I'm going to click on checkout. Yeah, no problems. I mean, checkout is more or less the same things. Here we have not enabled the design settings because, as I said, we're going to be editing inside here. But what we do want to do is set the product that's connected with this checkout. Now what we did was we chose, well, basically I've already set the first product up for you, but if you wanted to do it maybe you clone this funnel, just delete this. Let's go ahead and do this. I'll do this for you. Delete, add new product. We're gonna search for the product. So the product's called Core Offer. It should end up here. These are other products we created in other trainings. Core Offer, add product, and as you see, it's going to be using the regular price we set up in the previous training. So what if we want to have a discount on the checkout page that's only available on the checkout page? We would go here and say, or you put in a percentage, or you say a discount price. And since usually the price, I would say for a core offer, depending on if you're getting organic traffic or if you're using ads, is depends. For example, if you're using ads and no one knows you, you're going to want to use a low price because people don't know you, they don't trust you yet. You want to use, let's say, what's it called? An instinctive price, a price that they don't really care about losing. They just want to, they're willing to spend it to check out if what you're saying is true because they don't know you. So you would probably put, if my regular price was 90 and I want to sell it at 7, I would put 90 as a discount price. And as you can see, the discounted price is $7. That's what they would be paying. But if you're using organic marketing, our organic marketing strategies, you could sell this for a bit more. So usually what I'm seeing at the moment, there's a lot of products being sold at $37. So if I wanted to have my product sold at $37, I would add a discount of 60, and that would bring my price to 37. Okay, so that's that. And coupons, if you want to add a coupon, you would need Cartflows Pro, but I don't see why you would need that. I mean, we've done that here already. And if you want to have product options, also that needs Cartflows Pro, and just if you want it, just click here and you can buy it there. And what else can I say about this? This is basically done. Always remember to save your settings. And yeah, I'm gonna save my settings just in case it removed. Okay, there we go. As I said, order bumps is not included, but you don't need this right now. All you need to do is validate your offer and start making sales for your core offer. Then when your core offer is working, meaning you are making sales for it, then you can start thinking about buying the Pro feature, and it's still worth it, because buying the Pro feature, you pay it for a year, and a year is almost worth like a month of other funnel building software, so it's still worth it. And you can always edit the forms with the Pro feature. And let's check out settings. You don't need the shortcode general. This is the title, this is the slug. Check out settings. This is important. Basically, this is the button that people are going to be clicking to actually place the order, and you can change it. So it might be download whatever training, or access training, or whatever you want, or create account if account is, they need to create account to access or whatever. So this is where you're going to be doing it, because you can't do it on the page directly. I would not enable cart editing on checkout, because this just increases the chances of them messing things up and losing. They might actually remove the product you want to sell them from the cart, and this is not an actual cart, but it will remove it from the order. So I don't advise this to be checked. Custom script is for any tracking snippet you want to use. And let's go back to design. And so everything here is set. I'm just going to go ahead and save settings to make sure that I saved everything. Go back and let's check out the thank you page. Now, thank you page is pretty simple. What you want, the only thing is what do we want to do here? You don't have to change anything here. This is also editable on the page. Advanced setting, this is also editable. I don't think this is editable. If you want to redirect people when they land on this, I don't see why you would want to do that, but maybe, I don't know, there's some other place you want to send them. You can do that using this. So let's go back and go ahead and edit our landing page. So as you see, this is kind of a long training, and let's go ahead. Click on edit with Elementor, and yeah, I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna open this for after, so it's a little bit faster. So we're editing our landing page, the first page that people see when you are sharing a free training with them that you created that might solve a problem they're having, and that's going to give them an immediate result. So I've added a bit of text that's going to help you add some information here. And what I want to do is explain that if you add a video training here, it's just really easy, because what you do is just change the text. Really, you don't have to get fancy with this. People don't care about fancy, people care about results. If you've seen the landing pages that I've seen that are making money, they're kind of horrible, seriously. Don't worry about the design. This is more than enough. As you can see, it's the fonts that we installed with our when we imported your site are being used on your landing page, so it kind of looks okay. I'm going to be showing you, little tweaks you can be using to make it look better, like change the color of that button. We'll be doing that. But what I want to tell you here is make a video of you talking here, or whatever, because you want people to get to know you, trust you, and like you, because only when that happens will they go ahead and put in their information here. So basically, create a training. I mean, I've uploaded all my trainings to YouTube. I don't care if people see them without paying. It doesn't matter to me. Seriously, it's not a big deal. In the long game, if you provide value, then you will be able to sell your services that cost a lot more. And basically, after this training is done, and you want to offer them the next step that they might need in solving their problem. So like in my case, how does that work? What I do is you're watching a video that's probably this training. I've given, even if people are not part of the course that you're following at the moment, I have given people this video, the link to this video, on a page on my website, and they're viewing it. And if they want the blueprint that we made, if they want the free website with which to implement this training, they can just go ahead and put their email here and they'll get it. So you see, if you're able to build an offer, create an offer that works that way, a free offer that works that way, where the first training and the second training are connected, the chances of them putting in their email are very high, because if you gave a lot of value on this step, they're definitely going to want the next step. There's no way that they're not. I mean, if they're interested in solving their problem, they're going to put in their email address. So boom, right there and there, you have gone. If you didn't make the sale, you did get their email address of someone that's interested, because after they see this video, they either know if they like you or not. They know if they trust you or not. They know if you are able to solve their problem or not. And if they put that email address in, it's valid. It's a good email address, okay? So let's go ahead. As you can see, this thing is really easy to edit. Just if you followed the course before, you know how to do this. If you haven't, if you're watching this video for the first time, just click on the text, type in whatever you want. The styling, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but if you want to change the styling, let's say you want to change the color of this, just select the text. You want to make it even more bold, you can't. You want to underline it, okay? You can't make it more bold because it's already bold. But let's say you want to change the color, click on style, click on this. If you want, you can access the colors that you set in the beginning, or you can choose whatever color you want. So you could add a red color if you wanted to. And just follow the instructions here, add the content according to what you're doing. Explain what they will walk away with after the training. This is wrong. What I mean by this is, what are the results they'll be getting once with this training? What are the benefits? What are the features? Not so much features, but like what's going to happen once they put in their email address? What are they going to get? And I always like adding this email safe thing, because people are always worried they'll get spam. Maybe you can add some extra text, like for example, I would go in here and say, email safe, we hate spam. Okay, something like that. If you want to add a little title here, I'll show you how to do that. Click on this to add more blocks. All your blocks are here. As you can see, you have some basic blocks that are free, some pro blocks that if you want, all you have to do is get the pro version, as I showed you how to do that. And unfortunately, these blocks are not available with the free one, but you really don't need them at all. These are some more free blocks that you can use. I'm using, this is an icon list here. This is an icon box. This is a heading. If you want to remove the column, you can remove the column. These are columns right here. Like let's say you want to add another section with 3 columns. All you have to do is, so there's already this section here. Let's say we don't want it. Just cancel it. Click on this, add 3 columns, and boom, you've got 3 columns. And all you have to do is, let's say you want to add something similar like this. What I would do is copy and paste, and it looks kind of weird, right? So let's say that we want the icon to be on top. We just have to do this, boom, and we've got, I don't know, maybe instead of feature, you already talked about the stuff they're going to get here. Let's talk about some bonuses that they're going to get. I don't know, but as I said, this is just one training. You don't want to put too much on the table just yet, but I was just showing you what you can do to add more content if you wanted to. Okay, so go ahead and close this, and I think we're pretty much done. Oh, if you want to change this, just click on the box. This box has to be part of the page, otherwise the opt-in won't work. So to do this, in case you can't delete this by mistake, you will have to go to your box here and type in opt-in. And this block is available only on opt-in pages. And what you would do is just pull it over here, and see, you would get your opt-in here. Now I added some styling to this block, so that's why you see it has the border around it. But if you don't like the border, you just have to go to advanced and go to border and just remove it here back to default. But let's say we wanted to change the color of this button. What we do is go to style, primary color, and let's say this is the primary color of your website and you like it. Just click on this, boom, it's changed the primary color. You want to change the typography only of this block, you can do that. Let's say we want it all bold, just click on bold and it gets a little more bolder. And see how easy that is? Let's say you want to increase the size of the font. I like using EM because it's a relative font, so I would say 1, and that means that it's using the same size as the site font. So if you change the size font, this will change accordingly because it's a 1-on-1 ratio to the size font. Or you can use PX, which is absolute. So you would see 1. You can do that. That's whatever, you know. So we'll just delete that so it goes back to default. But as I said, there's so much stuff you can change here, and you can even change the input fields, how they look. The floating labels is pro, and that means that the labels that are outside are going to be inside or something like that. But as I said, you really don't need that in the beginning. I mean, if you have a good offer, people are going to opt in for it. Change the typography, that type of stuff. The submit button, basically, what if we didn't like rounded corners, or we wanted to make it completely round? I like, as I said, using this type of, I don't like using pixels. So just add, that's pretty cool. But what if I didn't want it like that? I want it just rounded at the edges. Click on PX and increase that number as it becomes more round. And there you go, you have a round button, and that's what you like. Maybe you want to add a box shadow, you can do that. So that added a box shadow. Let's remove that if you want. What else? You can change the typography, you can change the text color. Right now it's white, but you can change that too. And you can add a border. Maybe you can add a border, solid border, and add a width 1. PX, you can set the color of the border, make it green. You can do whatever you want, as you can see. So that's basically it for this page. And yeah, remember to save. And we're going to be editing now the checkout page. So let's go back to our funnel, which if you get lost, you can always go to your dashboard, funnels, and but from here, what you would do is click this and go back to your dashboard. So yeah, we're already on our checkout page, and we're just going to click on Edit with Elementor, and we're going to close these because we don't need it. If you hear some background noise, it's my Mac that's overheating because it's kind of hot where I am, and I can't turn on the air conditioning because then you'd hear that too. So here we are. This is basically the page that they will see once they've opted in. So obviously I want them to know that whatever I was sending them, it's on its way to their email. Okay? And let's say you want to tell them to check. Let's say you want them to check their spam folder. What I would do is probably duplicate this box, and yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm going to show you how to put those two things together. Now this is really big, so I'm going to just say span and say large, no default. Okay, and I'm going to tell them make sure to check spam folder. Maybe add this. Okay, but then there's the space in the middle that we don't like. So what I'm going to do is click on this box, go to advanced, and say margin 0. Hopefully this is what's the problem, but I don't think so. I think it's something else. Margin 0. So it's not. So there's basically the column has some widget spacing that we're going to have to reduce, and it's this 0. Okay, so that reduced the space here, but it also reduced the space to these ones here. and this has way too much padding. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to click on this, advanced. I'm just showing you this so that okay, that added 10 padding. We don't want that. We want 0 padding. So that looks a little bit better, okay? And it's not great, but it's a little bit better. What if we wanted some padding at the bottom? What I would do is remove the linked icon and just add some padding to the bottom. Add 1, something like that, okay? Now, these guys here need some more spacing out because we removed the spacing that this column was applying automatically. So what I would do is, these two look okay together, but this guy, I don't want him to be bunched up with this. So what I would do is just go, the easiest thing is to add a spacer block. Click on this where all your blocks are available and click on spacer and just pull the thing over here and let it drop. So this is what you will see. If there's too much space, just reduce the number. 40, maybe 20 is better. I don't know, whatever you think you feel is good. This should be okay. There you have it. So they'll see this. I kind of highlighted this because I don't want them to get lost and think, hey, where's the thing I just opted in for? So you just say it here. Even if you want, just say your marketing course or your free PDF is on its way to your email, so that they're kind of sure that they're going to be getting it. And before you go, I add this thing before you go because I don't want them to leave the page yet. And then I'm going to give the title of my core offer, and that can be probably, in my case, usually what I could be giving is what could I give? Some more templates, like, I don't know, 70 importable templates. And what would I say? I'd say, why would they need this? Why would they need these? And so I added a little template that you can use to write whatever it is that you need to write to capture their attention. Now, one thing I don't like about this is the color of the text. And this was imported from the theme. It's kind of too light. So what I would do is change it by saying, clicking on the block, style, text color, and I would probably say secondary. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better. The text is a little bit more darker. But if you wanted to change it even more, click on this and probably just go to, yeah, that's a little better, right? More readable. Okay. So if you want a small little template that's going to help you explain very briefly in one sentence what they're going to get, then use this. Get this thing off your to-do list. So what would these templates do? So probably what would this template do for them? It would probably build your home page, or build your sales page, and start making sales without you can either choose between an undesired action or in a time frame. So it would either be build your sales page and start making sales in 7 days. That would be pretty cool. 7 days without tech or design experience. See that? That explains to me immediately what I'm going to be getting. You know? And that's the name of the product. Obviously, remove this stuff. This is going to be the text here. Add another small explainer video on why they need this, because as I said, this is a funnel. They need the push. They need more information from you. They want, why are you doing this? You know, like, why are you giving me at this price? And so I added this thing here, but I was also thinking it'd be cool to put in the original price. Now this is not dynamic. You have to update this. If you update, remember the price that we set before. You have to then update it here because it's not dynamic. Obviously, with our paid plans, it is dynamic, but with the free one, it's not. And all you have to do is just remember to update it here. But what would be cool is to, let's say we wanted to remind the person what it cost, what it originally cost. So we're going to duplicate this, and I don't want to use this. I want to use a smaller font, but it's still using the XL, so we're going to default it smaller, and we don't want all that padding. We're going to remove the padding on this block, and there's still too much space. But just to show you, it's still too small. So we're going to use H5, a little bit bigger, and I'm going to cross it out. It was 97, right? But I want to cross that out. What I would do is I would go to Style, Typography, Decoration, Line Through. Something like that, okay? You could even say, yeah, I don't know, something like that. But as I said, you can play around with that. And this is, so my blueprint offer has a name. It's called whatever. It's called 5K Clients Blueprint. I don't remember. And this will explain what that blueprint does. So that's what this title is about. And then you give them a list of results, a list of things that they're going to get, a list of results that are going to happen to them once they have this. Like having this, what's it going to allow them to have in their business, in their life, whatever they're trying to achieve. So that's what you want to be writing here. If you don't want to add a description, you can just delete it. It's not a problem. But if you want to add more than one, just duplicate this. Okay, so there's a little button there you can use, duplicate, boom, it's duplicated. And I like to have this text here because I want them to understand that this offer is only available here for a limited time. And then I also want them to know that they have a money back guarantee. And I like giving them 90 days of money back guarantee because I don't know if this is correct or not, because usually after 90 days, what happens is if the money back guarantee is 90 days, they're not in a rush to ask you for a refund. If it's 14 days, they're gonna rush. They're gonna look at that training, and then they're gonna, if they're cheapskates, they're gonna ask for a refund. I like offering the 90-day back guarantee because usually they just forget to ask for the guarantee, and the price is so low. This is just to make them sure that if that's not what they wanted, I will give you money back. That's not what you wanted. Chill, no problems. I don't care. I'll give you your money back. But the problem is that you will pay a price because usually PayPal and Stripe take a commission, and when you offer a refund, they'll be getting the full price back, but PayPal and Stripe will be keeping the commission they made on that sale. So it's kind of a problem for you. Either way, it's always better to give them their money back because you don't want any backlash on that, okay? As always, you can continue adding more blocks, more sections. What I want to do here is show you how we can modify this. Now, what you see here right now is, look at all these fields. You don't have to worry about that because we set in the checkout manager, we set which fields are going to show. And when we look at preview changes, you can preview your changes here. It's going to open a page. And as you see, it's not showing all those fields. It's only showing the fields that we set in the checkout manager. So it's name and email address. So as you see, that works, but it only shows on the live page. But what if we didn't, I don't know why it's showing coupon. I thought we removed that, but maybe we didn't save it. Okay, probably didn't save it, yeah. But remember, go to the shop settings and remove coupon because you don't want this. We're not using coupons. This is already the sale price that they're getting on this page only. You don't need coupons because I mentioned this in a previous training. If they see this, the probability of them opening a new tab and looking for a coupon available for your site is very high. Most people won't do that. And once they leave this page, you might not get them back. So remove the coupons, don't use them. I know they seem cool, but don't use them. Let's go back to our page editor. I want to show you how to edit this section. So go ahead and click on this block. It'll open this. You have the possibility of choosing one column or two step. Now, two column, I hate two column. It's useless. So what I did was I added some styling to make it one column, which is only available on the Pro, but I gave it to you on the free section only, because 2 column is useless. I mean, it's just so bad that, I don't know, I removed it because it's useless. So at least it says 2 column, but it's 1 column because I added a little hack there to give you the 1 column at least, because 2 column does not convert well, in my opinion, at least not in funnels. So that's the only setting you can set here. What I want you to do is go to style and check out this. You can edit some stuff here. I mean, to me it already looks pretty good, but if you want to mess around with it, the only thing you would probably want to change here is the color. And let's say you want to choose a primary. There you go. I just updated it. Boom, it's done. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything else, but if you want to mess around, there's a whole bunch of things you can mess around with here. Okay, so if you ask me, this page is done. Okay, now we're gonna go and set up the thank you page. So remember always to set up update. Once you've done that, go back to let's do it. Go back. Let's say update. Click this. If you open tab before, you can go back to it. If you haven't, click on exit to dashboard. I'm showing you this so you don't get lost. Some people do get lost. So this is the checkout. We don't want to edit anymore because we done editing. We're going to go back to step editing. So remember this is familiar, right? So let's click on back and click on edit thank you, because that's what we're going to be doing right now. Okay, so there's not much you can do here. Settings, we've already done this, so let's just go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so this is the order details are going to be here, but since this is it doesn't have order details in memory because we have not opted in and we have not bought anything, it won't work. Let me see if I can see something with preview changes. Yeah, it doesn't work. So I'll show you how to test that out right now, I think. Yeah, I'll show you how to test it out right now. Okay. Since this is in test mode, I can show you how to do that. So let's go back. First things first, this is pretty self-explanatory. This block should not be removed. If you lose it, click on the blocks and look for the blocks that you need. Go down to yeah, you don't need this. Cartflows, order details form. This is the block that you need to show the order details on the thank you page. That's it. Everything else you can edit to your liking. As I said, you want to explain some more what they can do to get the deliverables. Do that. Try to give them a next step with you. Don't leave it at that. Give them something else they can do. Book a call with you. So what I would do is click on this, change the text if you want, put the link to your calendar here, say update, give them an email address they can contact you at. If you want to be really cool, add make this into the messenger link. If you're any good with I'll make a training on that, definitely. But if you know what you're doing, make this button open Facebook Messenger with your Facebook page, so that anybody that clicks on it will end up on your Facebook Messenger and you can talk to them right on your phone with it, instead of making them book a call and stuff like that. Anyways, that's done. I'm going to show you how this works live. So let's go ahead and go back here, copy this URL, copy link address, and let's see, let's do it here, paste. So as you see, it's going to be domain name.free, and it opens up your opt-in page. So the person looks at the your training, says, yeah, I want to opt in. They'll put in their email address and they'll say access now. What's cool is that if they don't put in their correct email address, they're not going to get whatever PDF they were supposed to get. So maybe you can add a little text at the bottom saying, put in the best email address, we'll be sending this to your email, so that they know that if they don't put their correct email, they won't be getting whatever training it is that they asked for. So here we are, blah, 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 This is our opt-in page. As you can see, the name and the email address are there because we made it save there, and this should not be showing. What we're going to do is we're going to click on credit card, and it gives me some testing stuff I can use. Click there, expiry date 21. It doesn't like it, so I'll say 12 because it's already passed. 21, 1, 2, 3. Save for the future, and we're going to place order. Listing loads. I hope it works. I hope it works. There we go. There you are. So this is obviously way faster on your server because server are way more stronger than your local computers. So that's a little glitch there. I'll fix that. You probably won't see that on yours. That'll be fixed definitely. And basically, as you can see, these are the order details. So what happened? Okay, so basically, if you the client should be able to download whatever they opted in for. For some reason, it's not here. But why is it not here? Because we didn't set it. So go back to the training where we set up the product, the lead magnet, and the core product, and you'll understand how you can add files to the product that will be added to when they buy. It'll definitely show up here for 100%. Don't worry about that. And that's it. That's our Supercell funnel right there. As I said, you only need free software to do this. WordPress, Woocommerce, and Cartflows. If you want, you can get it for free at yourzone.website. And I'll see you in the next training.